So with Mr. C, we were going to work a little bit with a long line. Ready, Charlie? So a lot of times, long lines are a wonderful way to start working with recall practice, as well as loose leash walking at times. Because if you find your puppy is always pulling to the end of the leash, you may be by accident reinforcing the tugging. So if your babe tends to be getting a lot of reinforcement, as in the sense of you're walking and pulling gets them further in the walk, they might start to think the pulling is what you're looking for because it keeps reinforcing the puppy's behavior. So what I like to do is at the time in the beginning is do a few find its, get them to get distracted. And then with a long line, this can prevent your puppy from getting away from you and then potentially either becoming injured or lost if their recall is not quite as savvy yet. So then from here, we'd go again and we'd call Charlie, come, and we'd feed him for that. Nice job. So I'm going to go ahead and send Mr. C away. Gorgeous. And then Charlie, come. So if Mr. C again did not respond, I wouldn't say it over and over because it's going to lose its meaning. So we'd send him away for a little recall and then see if we can get him back. So Charlie, come. Yes, very pretty. So now, as we sometimes are meandering through the environment, we might let Mr. C get distracted. He does seem to notice the leash is kind of funny. If he notices the gear and he starts to get a little distracted, I just go into a little find it and redirect him. Charlie, come. And I feed for that. Nice job, Charlie. So again, we'll go ahead. Ready? Charlie, find it. Charlie, come. Gorgeous. So if he's doing quite well with these recalls, remember to end when you're ahead of the game. Yes. So if let's say he tends to be a little bit more wild and he starts to get mouthy, these could be the symptoms of your puppy is tired. It is towards the end of the day slightly, so he is getting maybe a little bit more fatigued. Come. Beautiful. So you may find that when practicing, keeping it short and sweet is much easier on him and you to prevent some of the land shark or puppy overtired behaviors from coming. So if we're getting this type of behavior, I'm just going to regain his focus, redirect him away from me, and then I might even feed for that little sit behavior, or again, go ahead into another little find it. Charlie, come. So beautiful job with these recalls. So, but remember, if you think he's going to fail, don't bother asking for the cue unless you're about 80 to 90% certain he's going to give it to you. Charlie, come. So if let's say, for example, he has a hard time, I would go and help him through the situation. So if let's say I had called him and nothing happened, so let's pretend, for example, I'm calling him that one time, he didn't respond, then I would go ahead and walk down my lead so he can't get further away from me, and then try calling him from the secondary position, which is about half the distance. So then from here, I go, Charlie, come, yes. And I'd bring him back to maybe where I originally called, which could have been over on this side of the room or this part of the yard or whatever it was. So again, I'm going to send him away for a little distraction. Ready? Find it. He's like, lady, I did not see that. They're all the way over here, my handsome guy. You got to find it on the floor. There we go. So if he's a little unsure, I might point and get him to help him find those items. And then from there, I might go again and get his attention. He's just a little distracted, some good noises. So while he's busy foraging, again, he's finding the crumbs that I was hoping for. Charlie, come. So if let's say, for example, big smell distraction over here, we did have some peepees earlier. So not from him, but from one of the other puppies, which is no big deal. Yes. So notice how from that secondary position, I got him to check in, and then I feed him for that response. So if you ever have a moment where your puppy's just failing, maybe there's a turkey, maybe there's a backfiring car, but something got them really frazzled, don't worry about ending on a recall or that behavior if they just don't feel comfortable enough to do it at that time. So ready? We'll see, again, he's finding all the crumbs. Charlie, come. Yes. So right now he's been doing some really great recalls, even from my little one, which is off in the distance doing her thing too. Nice job, Charlie. Gorgeous. Very pretty. So we'll give him a little break.